In a world where literally anyone can host a podcast, two stoners come together to unite their marijuana and movie knowledge to bring you the latest movie review, as long as they remember to press record. Welcome to the Blunt Movie Reviews.
Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Travis Aerosmith, and joining me in Blunt City, Nevada is my co-host,
Jesse Pena. Before we get started, we would like to thank everyone for all your continued support. All the likes, shares, and subscriptions, every little bit helps. Keep it coming.
And if this is your first time joining us on the Blunt Movie Reviews, we want to let you know right up front, right out of the gate, we try real hard not to give any spoilers away, but we are also blunt about our opinions. We're smoking blunts, we're being blunt. We're not here to jerk off Hollywood or any of the other fucking review critics out there. Fuck them. We're here for you. We're here to give you entertainment, have you see a good movie this weekend, and not waste your child's college fund on a crappy movie ticket.
That's right. Not to mention the drinks and the soda and the candy.
Oh, that's a home loan right there. You got to, fake a kidnapping with your child. I mean, well, I guess that's if you need nachos. I mean, that just kind of goes along with it.
Beer must be expensive. I've never bought a beer from there.
I think they just take a testicle. You just plop it up on the counter. They cut off a testicle. They're like, yeah, we got this. We would also like to thank Lionsgate Films for giving us the opportunity to see this movie. And we'd also like to thank Ken Miller. You're a hell of a guy. We appreciate it. Jesse, what movie did we get to see this week?
2019's Long Shot comes out on May 3rd.
Fred Flarsky, a gifted journalist, finds himself recently unemployed and drowning his sorrows at a party featuring boys to men. But there, on the other side of the room, he sees Secretary of State Charlotte Fields, his childhood babysitter, his first crush. As she prepares to run for the presidency, she hires Fred to write her speeches and to remind her why she became a politician. Coming to a cinema near you. Hi and welcome to the Blunt Movie Reviews. We were all set to kick it off with this movie's top cast, starting all the way on top with the director.
This movie is directed by Jonathan Levine.
Yeah, he's done a few projects with Seth Rogen already. 2015's The Night Before, which was Seth Rogen, Joseph Gordon-Levitt, and Anthony Mackie.
Oh, wow. I actually didn't see that movie.
Yeah, they usually spend Christmas Eve together, but this is the last year they're going to break it up, so they go, balls to the wall, over the top, ridiculous. And they also did Jonathan Levine and Seth Rogen and Joseph Gordon-Levitt in 2011's 50-50, where Joseph Gordon-Levitt had a 50-50 chance of beating cancer. Both very funny movies. Don't let the cancer part, skew you. It is a comedy.
Well, I have a couple from Jonathan Levine, and I didn't know I watched movies that were directed by him. Maybe I just don't pay enough attention. But 2018's The Whackness, starring Joshua Peck, Ben Kingsley, with a guest appearance from Method Man from Wu-Tang Clan. Anyways, Josh Peck plays a drug dealer in New York who really loves hip-hop music and selling weed. He meets a beautiful woman that happens to be, it's not his therapist, but it's a therapist he sells weed to, and he gives him sessions in exchange for the weed. It's a really funny movie, not the best acted. Ben Kingsley's good.
Jonathan Levine, he's had a pretty good career so far. He also did Warm Bodies.
That was my second movie.
Which was a different aspect on the whole zombie, that coming back to life because falling in love, and it was really funny. It was better than I expected it to be, especially
Absolutely.
a love story.
That's why I put it on the list.
So.
Yeah, it starred Nicholas Hoult, Teresa Palmer, and Big John Malkovich. All right, this is going to take us to the main actors and actresses of this movie. Charlize Theron.
I got for her, which I chose it because it's out of her norm. I mean, usually every movie she does, she's like perfect. She's elegant. She's glamorous. Except for 2003's Monster, where she won an Oscar.
It's a very good movie.
Yeah, it was a really good movie, and she played Arlene Wernos.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, something like that. The Daytona Beach prostitute that turned serial killer. And Charlize won an Oscar for this movie. Really good. Her and Christina Ricci. And I like I said, the only reason I chose it is because it's out of her norm.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, not because she got an Oscar, just because it was different. I mean, she looked like shit in this movie.
Oh, they put plastics like they put prosthetics all over her
Oh,
face.
she
to-
gained
just
weight
The only
for it,
way you
too?
could make Charlize Theron ugly is by putting extra shit on her. I went with 2000. I didn't write it down. I think it might be 19. I think it's 1995's The Devil's Advocate, starring Keanu Reeves, Al Pacino. Oh man, it's such a good movie. Keanu Reeves plays a hotshot lawyer in a small town, and he gets recruited from a big firm in New York. Turns out it's being run by the devil himself, Al Pacino, and it is just it's a kick-ass movie. You don't really know what's going to happen to the end. If you haven't seen it, you should definitely check it out.
And she's had quite a career. I mean, a couple superhero movies, Atomic Blonde,
Hancock.
Eon Flux.
She was in Hancock.
Oh, yeah, Hancock. I liked Hancock, too. Will Smith.
That's also on my list, yeah. And it's going to move us over to Seth Rogen, who I wrote down a lot of things because I just realized.
Just pick one. You're
such
top,
a big fan.
your
I
top
get one
favorite
thing?
one. Your number one for
All right,
Seth Rogen
all right.
that people should go out and watch if they're not watching Long Shot this weekend.
Just one?
Just one.
40-year-old virgin knocked up Zack and Miri and Pineapple Express. Boom!
Shit. Well, I chose one of my favorite movies of Seth Rogen's is 2008 Zack and Miri Makes a Porno with him and Elizabeth Banks. They're
Such a good
roommates
movie.
from high school. I mean, there's a bunch of people in there. Superman.
I don't remember his name anymore.
Yeah. One of the Supermans.
The failed Superman.
Justin Long. But they need money. Their water's getting shut off, their gas, the rent. They're about to be kicked to the curb, and they decide, you know what? Let's make a porno. And this is a Kevin Smith movie, written and directed. So if you like Kevin Smith, you like Seth Rogen, this is a good fucking movie to watch. Very fucking funny.
Absolutely.
Well, another one I want to bring up is O'Shea Jackson Jr.,
Okay.
Ice Cube's son, which I like to call him Crushed Ice. I mean, come on. That was
true.
a missed opportunity for a rapper name right
Is he even
there.
a rapper, though? Does he rap?
Oh, yeah. He had I think he album or a couple singles, something like, come on. He's the son of a famous rapper.
Of course he is.
They all try to rap. Doesn't mean you should. But I'm going to bring up a movie Crushed Ice did last year, which I really liked and I was really surprised by. It was 2018's Den of Thieves, starring him and Gerard Butler. It's two different stories that are combined. One side is the LA County Special Unit Sheriff Department. Gerard Butler is running that, and he's trying to catch a group of professional robbers, bank robbers, and they hit the Federal Reserve. Crushed Ice's crew, and it's a really good movie, and it makes a lot of twists and turns and good action, funny scenes in between, especially when 50 Cent is about to send his daughter out on a date, and he calls the boy into the garage. It's a very famous scene. It's all over Facebook.
Okay.
People are like, "This is how I'm going to do it when my daughter goes out." I'm like, bullshit, motherfucker.
What can you find this movie on Netflix or anything?
I don't think it's on Netflix right now, but it might still be in Redbox.
Okay.
Amazon
I'm
Prime, maybe.
resourceful. I think I can find it.
Yeah. Gujara. All right, now that we got the directors, actors out of the way, we get to move on to one of my favorite parts of the show. That's where we load our glass twisty blunt full of this week, Grape Valley Kush, which weighs in at 32% THC. This nug is condensed. Had to throw it in the blunt movie review grinder and grind this bitch up. So this week we're smoking Grape Valley Kush at 32%. I think that's what I said. 32, 30. I wrote it down. It's over 30. That's what matters.
Weed affects the memory.
Like there's one mystery solved. Now how about we hit that blunt? Review.
All right, Jesse, we went into this movie without a lot of high expectations. I've been saying it for a little bit that I think Seth Rogen has already peaked and he's going down. I mean, he's not that good of an actor. He only plays one character, and that is Seth Rogen.
He plays himself.
I mean,
yeah,
he might as well
absolutely.
be like Tony Danza and have every character named Seth. You know, Tony Danza is the king of Tony characters. I mean, look at it. Everything's Tony. Everything. So, saying that, moving on, What did you think of this movie, The Long Shot?
Well, like you said, I didn't really have a lot of expectations, not knowing much about the movie going into it, besides who was starring in it. This movie was delightful. It was funny. It was smart. It was wild. Did I say it was funny? Because it was fucking funny. I laughed throughout the entire movie.
It really was. It was a very entertaining movie, and I mean, it's normal Seth Rogen comedy, but it's like this was written specifically for him. It's like when the writers sat down to write this movie, they had these two in mind specifically.
Right.
I mean, Charlize Theron, she is, I mean, a professional actress. She can do different characters.
Yeah.
She is a fucking professional.
Absolutely.
And it was great seeing her do this comedy. It really was, because it shows that she can still be funny.
See a movie star to kind of take a couple steps down the rung just to, kick out a really good comedy flick. And she was really good.
Oh, she was perfect for this. And the best way I could describe her character is if we had our own Princess Diana. That's how beautiful and elegant she was.
Elegant.
For
Absolutely.
Secretary of State. I mean, she was amazing in this. And Seth Rogen, I mean, he brought his comedy, and it worked well together, which I was really surprised.
Oh, she sold the romance between them for me because, everyone else in the world's like, yeah, right, that would never happen. But you see the movie, you just completely forget about it. She's just like, she's into him. I get it.
Well, she sold it. That's the important part.
She sold the shit
Because
out
Seth
of it.
Rogen didn't have to sell it. I mean,
No.
he's probably in love with her anyway. So
Absolutely.
this was like a dream come true. When they called and said, hey, you want to do this movie? Your
Co-star with
co-star.
Charlize Theron.
Yeah, he was probably, I don't
Yeah.
pay me. I'll do it
Yes,
for free.
please.
Yes.
I don't care. I'll do it.
But I really like how they did the movie. It was put together well, and like I said to you, that they could have gone for the embarrassing moments, predictable moments, and they just, they made Seth Rogen not be a little bitch, which he could have. It could have been real easy to him just be a bitch and screw everything up.
I mean, I did respect that part about him when he didn't back down when confronted with actual power. He wasn't just one to just show his belly and give it up. He stayed strong to who he was morally for his character.
It's hard to really talk about this movie.
Yeah,
it was
I'm
good, and
trying
I
not to give
don't
anything-
want to ruin anything
Absolutely.
because we want you guys to go and laugh. So I guess we just wrap it up. Jesse, what should people do with this movie this weekend?
Take someone you love, someone you like, someone that might like you, someone that you want to like you to this movie. They will laugh. You will laugh. Have a great time.
Yeah. I, too, suggest you check it out in cinemas this weekend. Smoke a fat blunt. Go in. Laugh your ass off.
Really
it is a
laugh your
2-hour
ass
movie. It kind of seems like they made it 2 hours just to fit a little more comedy in there. But who doesn't like to laugh? Come on.
Absolutely.
And this might be the last thing we see from Seth Rogen for a while. You never know. So I guess we're going to move on to our show closer, I guess. This seems like we went by really fast on this episode. We just flew
time flies
through
when
it.
you're having fun, and this was
This
a fun movie to talk about.
I guess we really didn't talk about the storyline much, but I think I covered it with the movie guy plot. So we're going to close this week's show up with one of our favorite games. It's Reboot Madness, where we take a movie from our past and try to reboot it with a cast that hopefully won't screw it up like so many reboots have done already.
That's right, kiddos. It's time for another edition of Reboot Madness.
This week's movie for Reboot Madness is 1995's The American President, starring Michael Douglas and Annette Bening. Travis, give me that movie guy plot.
Recently widowed President Andrew Shepard is approaching the end of his first term, but re-election isn't on his mind. It's a lobbyist that creates controversy in his career, but sparks will fly.
All right, Jesse, who did you choose to replace Michael Douglas as President Shepard? I forgot his Andrew Shepard. Andrew Shepard. Who did you choose to replace Andrew Shepard?
I went with Paul Rudd. I thought you could take a little bit of a comedy twist on this, and he looks like he could be presidential if he really cleaned it up, got himself a nice suit.
I really thought you were going to go with Bill Pullman. I just figured Bill Pullman was coming up.
No, I did not.
Okay, who did you choose to replace Annette Bening?
I went with Molly Parker, who I know you know from Deadwood, the TV show. She plays.
I don't remember the character's
I don't
name.
remember her name,
But
you know who I'm
she
thinking.
should be coming
She's
back for the movie,
prospector.
right?
She's the prospector, the one who owns the claim on the cave.
Yeah,
with
they
all
haven't
the-
killed her. She's not the one they killed off already.
No.
So she should be in the movie.
And she was also in 2018's Lost in Space that was just released on Netflix. And I thought she was a lot like Annette Bening.
I really liked Lost in Space, the
Me
Netflix
too.
series. I can't wait for season 2 if it
So-
ever comes.
I thought maybe those two together with Paul Rudd giving the comedic relief.
Well, I did something a little different this week. You may like it, you may not like it.
Okay.
So, I took the American president. I did a little shuffling in the script. I gave it a new title, and here are the stars. Ready? It's going to be role reversal, okay? It's not going to be a male president. It's going to be a female president.
I thought of that
It's
too.
going to star Charlize Theron and Seth Rogen, and it's going to be called The Long Shot 2. Seth, you're welcome. Coming out 2020.
Boom! Mic drop.
I do believe Jesse is the winner this week. He did put a little more thought into it. I saw The American President years ago and rereading the synopsis of the movie. I'm like, this could just be The Long Shot too. Come on. So I may have taken an easy out this week. If you agree with me, go ahead and put it in the comments, Travis or Jesse. You know what? If you agree with me, put Long Shot 2. Come on.
Hashtag
Long Shot 2.
And then hashtag blunt movie review.
And if you think Jesse won this week, go ahead and put that in the comments. Wherever you may listen or watch this, we're on YouTube, we're
Google
Twitter,
Play, everywhere.
Yeah, Twitter at Travlet Smoke, Blunt Movie Reviews on Facebook. You can email us at thebluntmoviereviews@gmail. We're everywhere. Find us on YouTube. Watch this as a visual. You might enjoy it more. You might be able to play along a little bit better with the reboot madness. I know we throw a lot of names out there and a lot of names that aren't popular
Well-known,
names.
yeah.
I mean, I'm sure a couple people listen to us went, Bill Pullman. Fuck's Bill Pullman. But I'll answer that real quick, too. Bill Pullman is the one and only president of the United States of America.
He would be elected over and over and over again, given the
And
chance.
if you don't think so, watch 1999's Independence Day.
Will Smith, baby. Welcome
Thank
to
you for
Earth,
listening,
bitch.
everyone. We appreciate it and hope you join us next time. Stay blunted.
That's good.
That's like the worst ending catch.
All right, Bob, that wraps it up. Roll credits. Let's get out of here. Good job, everyone. Good job.